Turning back to Wall Street, a major sell-off underway with the Dow set to open now down more than 200 points. We're down 252 as far as the futures are concerned and dropping. That's a loss of 1.5%. And looking at the lows of the morning as we wake up, the S&P and NASDAQ not far behind there. This is happening after we saw Europe get slammed. I mean, it's still a midday trading there, and you're looking at losses of more than 3% on the CAC 40 in France, nearly 3% drop on the DAX in Germany, and London the best off, and it's still down 2.25%. So we're watching this global market sell-off as many, like our senior editor Charlie Brady weighing in on this, saying that the rally that we saw yesterday was on light volume, so it wasn't altogether convincing, and so we are seeing that selling that has been the trend coming back in today's session. So we'll have more on that. But Jeff, we're poised for some major losses on the open. What do you think is fueling this sell-off? Of course, that's $1 million question.
Well, it's a collage of events. I mean, the devaluation of the renminbi, the world slowing GDP growth. But the thing that troubles me the most, my dad was a portfolio manager, and he taught me Dow theory. And Dow theory has made some spectacular calls over the past 18 years. And there was a Dow theory sell signal that took place on August 24th and August 25th. And that puts me on alert. I'm trying to ignore it temporarily because there was another false sell signal in the flash crash the last time the Dow was off 1,000 points during the day. But if we violate the August 25th lows, I'm going to get much more defensive with the overall market.
And so you're saying that a technical sell-off could exacerbate what we're seeing right now?
Yeah, well, price always leads the fundamentals, quite frankly. And bottoms tend to be a process and not an event. I've seen a lot of double bottoms or W-shaped bottoms, and I've seen very few V-shaped bottoms like we saw last October 15th.
What scares you right now as we look at this market sell-off, or are you just going to take a deep breath and watch and see how this plays out?
Well, I think, first of all, what we're seeing in Europe today is a spillover from what's happened with Volkswagen, right? Remember, 1 in 7 people in Germany are employed in the auto sector. Yeah. That is a huge piece. And actually, if you look at Volkswagen as a whole, it is, on a manufacturing standpoint, it is the single largest revenue producer in Europe. So it is a huge piece of that. We're going to get European PMI, Purchasing Managers Index, which is going to be around the manufacturing, which has been weak. This auto play is not going to help it materially as well. So you're getting a widespread sell-off on light volume. That said, Sandra, I think we're back at where we were in January in Europe, and yet the ECB is still coming to the table. Draghi is still coming to the table with more stimulus. That's a positive sign. The euro still probably needs to go lower.
I mean, just looking at trading in Europe this morning, Volkswagen shares off 20% after that statement on the emissions probe. So we're going to have more on that.
French and German officials in those countries are calling on a full investigation into the entire auto industry there related to the Volkswagen.
So is it an overstatement then, Jeff, to say, while there is things like the Dow theory and the sell-off trigger there and some technical selling, is it an overstatement to say that this is a global market sell-off this morning and that we are being led by the sell-off in Europe?
I think that's a fair point. I also think that the fact that Russia has moved a lot more defensive missiles into Syria and with more aircraft, I think that's troubling the world markets as well.
Good point. All right, we're going to keep watching it for you.